This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for October 14, 2023. And in the news this evening, soldier dies following a three-vehicle crash in St. Anne. A Jamaica Defense Force soldier on Friday died from injuries sustained in a three-vehicle crash in St. Anne. He has been identified as Private Siobhan Allen, who succumbed at hospital. The collision occurred along the Richmond Main Road. In a statement this afternoon, the JDF expressed sadness at Allen's passing and offered condolences to his family, friends, and loved ones. According to the Army, his motor car and a white Toyota Axio collided with a truck that was traveling in the opposite direction. The JDF says Allen and the other persons involved in the accident were taken to the St. Anne's Bay Regional Hospital for treatment. The soldier later succumbed. The JDF says it will continue to support his loved ones during this time of bereavement. Kingston labor accused of chasing and shooting man to death charged. A man has been charged after he and other men reportedly chased a fisherman while shooting him repeatedly on the Aguilar Road in Rockford, Kingston on Saturday, September 9. The dead man has been identified as a 39-year-old Khalifa Reddix, otherwise called Worla, a fisherman of Commission Road, Rockford in the parish. Charged is 21-year-old Omar Richardson, otherwise called AJ, a laborer of the Aguilar Road. He was charged with murder, possession of illegal firearm, and ammunition. Reports are that about 8:50 p.m., Reddix was walking along the roadway when he was pounced upon by Richardson and other gunmen who opened fire, hitting him several times. Richardson and the other gunmen then allegedly chased Reddix while they shot him repeatedly before he collapsed. The police were alerted and Reddix was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Following an investigation into the matter, Richardson was arrested. He was charged on Friday, October 13, after he underwent a question-and-answer session in the presence of his attorney. His court date has not been finalized, and his accomplices are currently being sought by the police. Bank suspends SMS transaction alert in light of cyber attacks. The National Commercial Bank has temporarily suspended its SMS transaction alert following several cyber attack attempts from criminals on customers of the organization. The NCB, in an email to customers, said the decision had been prompted by a noticeable increase in phishing and smishing cases. The term is a combination of SMS and phishing. In a smishing attack, cyber criminals send deceptive text messages to lure victims into sharing personal or financial information, clicking on malicious links, or downloading harmful software or applications. We would like to inform you about an important update regarding our notification methods. Beginning Friday, October 13, 2023, we will temporarily suspend our SMS transaction alerts. Your safety is of paramount importance to us, and this decision has been prompted by a noticeable increase in phishing and smishing cases, NCB said in emails to its customers. The financial institution said to stay up to date, it was encouraging customers to rely on email alerts. Rest assured you won't miss any alert during this period. To stay up to date with your transactions, we encourage you to rely on our email alerts, which will continue as usual. Please take a moment to ensure that your email address is current in our records, the release from the bank stated. As soon as we resume text alerts, we will promptly inform you. Customers were told that if they had questions or required assistance, the financial institution's support team was ready to help. 2 St. Catherine men charged for allegedly shooting and injuring a man in Central Village. 2 St. Catherine men have been charged after they allegedly attacked and shot a man, injuring him during an incident in Central Village in the parish on Friday, October 6. Charged with possession of illegal firearm and ammunition and wounding with intent are 29-year-old Kevin Morgan of Pharma and a 23-year-old merchandiser Denardo James, both of First Avenue, St. Catherine. Reports from the Central Village Police are that about 11:15 p.m., a man visited a woman in the community and was pounced upon by a group of gunmen who opened gunfire at him. The man reportedly received gunshot wounds to his upper body, lost the control of his motor vehicle, and crashed into a wall. The man then managed to run from his vehicle and alerted the police. On their arrival, the man was transported to hospital where he was treated. Following an investigation, Morgan and James were arrested and taken into custody the following day. James was charged after a question and answer session with his attorney, and Morgan was charged on Friday, October 13. Their court dates are being arranged. Zozo curfew violators liable to $1 million fine or prison time. Persons who breach a curfew without reasonable excuse in an area where a zone of special operation is established could find themselves facing a fine of $1 million or a period of imprisonment not exceeding 6 months. This provision forms a part of the amended law reform, Zones of Special Operation, Special Security and Community Development Measures Amendment Act 2023, which was passed with one amendment by members of the Upper House on Friday. The legislation will also increase the period in which a person can be remanded from 24 to 48 hours. Minister without a portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister, Senator Matthew Samuda, who piloted the legislation in the Senate, said the amended law would also see the period for which a Zozo can be declared increased from 60 to 180 days. Under the amended law, a requirement will be introduced for a notice to be displayed upon the establishment of a cordon and the imposition of a curfew. This is to enable persons in and around the Zozo to be made aware of those activities. Meanwhile, in her contribution to the debate yesterday, Senator Donna Scott Motley bemoaned the violence being unleashed on women and children in the society. She noted that there was a time in Jamaica when women were killed and the entire society would be horrified by those developments. Additionally, she said that when children were murdered, the entire society would be galvanized into taking some action. Today, as we debate this bill, I am calling on people of Jamaica to recognize that we need to create not a plan for crime, not a plan to defeat criminality, but a movement. That movement has to involve each and everyone, she said. She urged the women in the society to take the lead in energizing a movement to speak with one voice against the killing of women and children in the country. We need a movement against the criminality, a movement where people can put aside their political persuasions, a movement where the sole goal is to save the lives of Jamaicans, she added. The women have to recognize that they are burying their sons. The women have to recognize that their sons are fodder for the guns. The women have to recognize that the men with whom they sleep may have a love inside, but when they get up from that bed, they have a mission to kill, she said. She argued that Jamaica's women have to recognize that it was their sons who are being hired as a contract killers. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.